Okay, so in this lecture we'll see what actually, as we are starting with our web development journey. Okay, before we jump onto anything like any tech stack related to web development, first in this first overview kind of video we will just see कि वेब डेवलपमेंट एक्चुअली होता क्या है, ठीक है, वेबसाइट एक्चुअली होती क्या है, और वट एवर दो वेब पेजेस लोड होते हैं, वट एवर यू सर्च ऑन एनी ब्राउज़र लाइक सफारी, क्रोम, एज और मोजिला, वट एवर ब्राउज़र यू आर करेंटली व्यूइंग दिस वीडियो ऑन. सो कुछ भी आप सर्च करते हो तो एक्चुअली में क्या होता है, व्हाट गोज़ बिहाइंड द सीन व्हेन यू हिट इंटर आफ्टर टाइपिंग सम वेबसाइट लाइक, for example, in this scene you will be typing lifter codes, right? So when you start typing liftercodes.in or .com, so what will happening, what will be the behind the scene task that will be going to the in the scene. So before just get into this video ki HTML kya hai, CSS kya hai, JavaScript kya hai, we will cover each and everything because we are planning to launch separate series for separate tech stack. Like if we talk about, so in web development, usually the first playlist that we are planning, the first one will be of HTML. That means it will be for like a structuring part, as you will be aware of that HTML we use for a structuring part. Don't worry, we will cover each and every topic, each and every terminology that will be coming in our way. So rest assured, you will not be missing anything, right? And the second part that we are planning, that actually lifter codes are planning, that we will be covering CSS. Okay, so what actually CSS is? CSS is used for styling our web pages, right? So for example, when using HTML, we usually create the structure part, like because HTML is a building block. They provide what HTML do? HTML provide us the building block. That means, for example, if you are making a building, right, making a wall, what do you require? Obviously you will be require some field that you will be operating on, and apart from the field and the ground, what you require? Bricks, right? Correct, you are absolutely right. You require cements as well, you require dust as well, and to accumulate those things, to make something out of it, you require few workers, right? Obviously. So for styling part, for example, using HTML, we have given the structure, right? For example, this is kind of wall that we are planning to build, so it will be a kind of structure like that. This brick will be pasted using HTMLs, because HTML is consist of tags and elements. We will discuss each and everything, okay? But when this wall will be completed, it will not be looking that attractive, okay? Because this will be a pure kind of vanilla HTML, that you can call it a simple HTML. So to make it beautiful, we'll apply some styling over it. So using CSS, we apply styling, okay? Color, backgrounds, whatever properties you are we will be dealing with, okay? The third series that we are planning will be totally based on Bootstrap, okay? So you will be thinking, what is the Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is just simply the cheat code, or you can call it a trick, that you will be dealing with. For example, if you are writing 10 lines of code to style one element, so you will be just writing few words in the classes to just achieve the similar property, okay? So it's kind of shortcuts that I'll be guiding you through, because I am in this particular industry for a couple of years now. So I know what a student goes through when they style a web page, right? So they will be dealing with Bootstrap as well. And if you will be consistent enough, you will be enjoying this series enough, so we will be launching as well Tailwind as well. So it is just extension of the Bootstrap or the pre-defined classes, okay? So we will be dealing with Tailwind CSS as well. And after this accumulation of all the tech stack, that means HTML, CSS, Bootstrap and Tailwind, you will be able to make a attractive website, okay? Keep that in mind, focus on that particular term that I am using, that is attractive. And there are two things that comes in a web page or a website. First one is attractive, okay? This one is attractive. Second term called interactive. You will be thinking that sir has told me that we will be making an attractive website, but why not interactive? So for your information, as some of you will be knowing that before jumping onto this video itself, that HTML, CSS on Bootstrap is not a programming language, okay? As the HTML itself suggests that it is a markup language. That means, what is this markup? Markup does mean to give the dimension and to give the shape. That means whatever actually you are looking at, the behind the scene skeleton. Okay, so for example, if my body is this, you are seeing this jacket, underneath this there is a t-shirt, underneath there is a skin, the flash that you got. But whatever this structure is given, where all these things and the external style sheet is being applied, is called markup. That means there will be bones, there will be kind of muscles, structures, like for example this ear, nose, the different kind of shape and structures in the body. So this is called markup. So before jumping onto the any kind of css, any kind of styling, you require a skeleton. ओके, तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपके पास दीवार ही नहीं होगी तो प्लास्टर आप किस पे करोगे, राइट? सो फॉर डूइंग द प्लास्टर थिंग यू रिक्वायर अ वॉल फर्स्ट. So to give a wall, we require a structure. For the structure part, we will be using HTML, and for the styling part, we will be using CSS or Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS. So this part will be making an attractive kind of website. But what about interactivity, and what is the major difference between attractive and interactive? So for example, if I am having a website, for example, this is a kind of tourism website. This is a simple example that I am taking. This is kind of tourism website. Okay, so in tourism website there will be a button or kind of book your tour. Perfect. Every website does contain a button because this is a business oriented website. So when a user will come to this website, there will be a very good video will be showing each and every interactive UI will be there, attractive UI will be there, sorry. For example, good button, good color, good background will be there. But for example, if you go onto the particular website to book a ticket, okay, and when you hit this button, book now, nothing will happen. So just assume when you are going on to a IRCTC website to book a ticket from Delhi to, for example, Kashmir or something like that, or when you are hitting a button of book now, nothing is happening. What will be your experience? That you will be not be recommending, you will not be happy to use this website. That what kind of website I am visiting, I am about to book ticket, I am hitting this book now button and nothing is happening, correct? So because attractive thing is different, that means looks good but is not good for your work purpose or your work that you are currently looking in. So why I am going on to the IRCTC website, guys? To book my ticket. So what I am getting, a good UI, good color, good shape and size, but I am not able to book my ticket. So what is the use case of this particular website? No use. So that's what the major difference between attractive and interactive. Okay, so to make our website attractive, we use this kind of HTML, CSS, Bootstrap and Tailwind. But when it comes to the role of major part, that is called interactivity. So for example, when you click on a button, something will happen. That means some reaction to a particular action, the browser will respond to your action. Okay, if I am clicking on a button, browser will respond back me with some kind of trigger event or some kind of reaction. Okay, so for that we use JavaScript. Okay, so the next playlist will be after the HTML, CSS and Bootstrap will be JavaScript. So what JavaScript is playing the role in this particular journey of the web development, it providing the logic part to your structure. That means we can make button using HTML, we can style them using CSS. What when we click on this button, something will happen, the addition of two numbers will happen, that will be happening through JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript just a essential tool or essential language to help HTML or CSS to perform few logic. So when we combine HTML, CSS and JavaScript, we make a front end. Okay, that means an interactive front end. Understood? So now you will be able to guess that what will be the order of the playlist. That means first HTML, second will be CSS, third will be Tailwind or Bootstrap, then the fourth part will be of JavaScript. Okay. After JavaScript, we will be moving on to the React. So few of you will be hearing this word kind of first time, that what actually the React is. So let me just tell you the need of the React, that why we require React.js in the first place to study. Why not we can make just a website using HTML, CSS, because it's a kind of simple one. We need a button, we need some style, and we need some JavaScript logic to perform whatever task that you are planning to do. So in the next video, we will discuss that why we require React.js, why not HTML and CSS, why specifically React. in the first hand to use to make components or kind of UI. Okay, so we'll discuss this in the next video. Thank you.